Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica and I run my own small business called loopingteddys. And on this channel I'm sharing a lot of behind the scenes of running my small business, going to markets, developing and making my handmade products and much more. And you're probably wondering why you're getting a video on a Tuesday, which is not when I normally upload, but my channel's first birthday, or the first birthday of the first YouTube video that I've ever posted, is coming up this week. So I thought, what better way to celebrate than just giving you guys additional content and uploading one more video this week. And I hope that my voice sounds okay right now because I have been kind of sick for the past couple of days. I feel like every other person right now is sick with some sort of cough or cold or something like that. And now it has happened to me too, but I'm over the edge right now. It is getting better every single day, but I still hope that the way my voice sounds right now is not like too annoying. But I still wanted to start this video and get some sort of additional like celebratory 1 year anniversary of my first video kind of content out on my channel. And in today's video, I'm not sure if you can tell from the title because I've not decided on a title right now, but I will be going on a little bit of a weekend getaway, a very short vacation, I guess. So I will be traveling down to Italy over the weekend. We're leaving tomorrow morning. It's currently Thursday and I'm yet again on my lunch break, and we're leaving tomorrow morning like at 5 a.m. or something like that to go down to Italy and spend a couple of days there. We're driving down there, so that basically means that I get some hours of uninterrupted crocheting time, which is more time than I've had this whole week because my work has been kind of crazy this whole week. So I'm taking the road trip as an opportunity to finally work on some more plushies for this week. I've not gotten quite a lot done this week so far, so I really want to use the opportunity that I am stuck in a car for a couple of hours to just take a lot of yarn and work on some crochet plushies on the drive there. But before that, I actually have another task to accomplish on this lunch break. So I've had an open order. It's a pickup order, so this was not over Etsy, but rather for a person that I know. They ordered a popping mushroom quite a while ago, and actually they are picking it up tonight. So I really need to work on it, and I really have no more excuses than to finally get working on that today and actually finish that on my lunch break today. So that is the first plan for this break, to finish that mushroom. I have already picked out the color, or actually my customer told me what color they wanted, and this is the color that they picked. So this is like a very basic red mushroom. This is like the brighter red. The lighting is again pretty weird because it's super sunny out now, so that is kind of what this color looks like. So that is the first thing that we will be working on this lunch break. And then also, I really want to decide what yarn I will take on my road trip and what types of plushies I will be working on that road trip, because I recently realized that I don't have as much time to prep for my spring markets as I thought I would have. So my first spring market is coming up on March 30th, and that sounds kind of far away, but it's actually just a couple of weeks. So I really need to get going and to work on some more plushies. I currently have a big basket of plushies already in the works. I've not finished a single plushie, but I have a lot of them in like this kind of stage where I've crocheted a lot of the bodies but not really finished them. So I have around like 50 plushies that are in that state, but I really need to work on even more of them. So I will decide what plushies I will be working on later on after I finish my order, and then we will actually pick out the yarn and get that packed up because I don't have quite a lot of time after work today, so I really want to get that done during this lunch break. So that is the plan for right now. And yeah, the first thing that we will be working on is the mushroom, so let's go.
I'm outside looking in.
Okay, so I have now finished the little mushroom. So here he is. I added a tag, but I left the price blank as I usually do for my Etsy or like in-person orders. So like personal orders from people that I know, because I know that this one will be gifted. So I left the price tag blank, but I still wanted to have the information on there. First of all, the washing instructions, and then also the CE sign and my name. So that is the finished mushroom. It was kind of fun to make. I haven't made one of these in a long time. So here it is, and I will hand that over tonight, as I said before. But now what I want to do with the rest of my lunch break is actually to pick out the yarns that I need to pack for my little trip that is coming up. And I have written out a list of things that I would like to make for my spring market. Not sure if that actually focused ever. Like that. So I have quite a lot of different plushies that I want to have in my inventory for my spring markets, but just like for all of my markets in general. And I'm looking through this list right now because what I like to do when I'm like on the go and crocheting, I like to make plushies that I can just like crochet the body first, and then I can go ahead and make a lot of them and then finish them up later, kind of like what I've been doing for these. So I made quite a lot of these bodies and I will finish them all at the same time later on. And that is pretty convenient when I'm on the road because I just need to pack the yarn and I don't need to take any stuffing or eyes or anything. So I'm looking through the list right now and I'm thinking that I will definitely take the stuff to make some turtles, because I can make all of the parts for the turtles on the go. I don't need to sew anything, I don't need to stuff anything. So I'm definitely thinking turtles, and then also I'm thinking cat, because the cats is kind of the same. I can make the bodies and worry about the rest later. Like an example where I can't really do that is like bees or like more detailed plushies, like bigger plushies like my bears that I made a while ago. You kind of need to stuff them as you go because you need some of the parts to work on other parts later on. So I'm thinking those two will be the main focus, and then also I will just take all of the bright colors that I usually like to use for my mini plushies to work on some more octos. Even though I already worked on a couple of them, I will work on some hats for my mini chicks with hats that I usually like to bring, and I think that they will be popular in the spring. So those are the yarn colors. So lots of natural colors for turtle bodies and cat, and then some bright colors for the rest of the stuff. So I will now go ahead and get into my yarn stash, and I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but I really need to order more yarn, even though it looks kind of full still. I'm running really low on a couple of colors, and I've actually ran out of a couple of colors that I use regularly. I definitely need to take inventory on my yarn soon and order a lot of it. I am planning on doing that when I move my yarn into my studio, because it's still currently like stored in all kinds of different places in my living room. But once I move all of the yarn to the studio, I will take that opportunity to actually take inventory on a lot of stuff and see what I need to order. But now let's see what I need to pack first. Okay, so as you just saw, this is all of the yarn that I am trying to pack for my trip. I know this is a totally normal amount of yarn to pack for 3 days, but as I said before, we will be spending quite a lot of time in the car, and I usually take all of that time to crochet because I usually am not the one who's driving. And luckily I don't get like car sick or anything, so that would be just wasted time if I wouldn't use that to crochet. So I really tend to overpack on the yarn choices for trips like these, but I would rather have some yarn that I take back home unused than being on a trip and not being able to work on a project that I would really like to work on because I didn't pack the color of yarn. And to actually pack this yarn up, I'm super excited because I received a super exciting package a couple of days ago, and I have actually waited to unbox this with you, so let me show you what I got. Okay, so here is the big box that I got, and I thank Level 8 so much because they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to test out one of their suitcases. So let's go ahead and unbox this and see if all of my yarn can fit in here and if I can actually have some more space to also fit some of my personal belongings, because I also need to pack those for a trip. So let's get into this. Oh wow, this is actually packaged in a cloth as well as in a box. So let me just ta-da! Okay, so this is the luminous textured suitcase that they sent me, and I chose the color olive because I think that this is a very fun color, and I decided to go ahead and choose the carry-on size because I don't tend to fly quite a lot, but if I do fly, I usually never get checked baggage because that is just very expensive. So I wanted this to be able to travel as a carry-on bag, but for now, as we are traveling with a car, I don't need to worry about that, so that's a plus, I guess. And yeah, first impression, this seems very like high quality. I really like the appearance of this, and it seems very sturdy. So let's open it up and see how much we can actually fit in here. Okay, so the suitcase has two different compartments, one on each side, and it also features two smaller compartments on this side. I am currently thinking that I will put my yarn into this side and then use this side for my personal belongings. So let's go ahead, pack this thing up, and let's see if everything fits. And as you can see, all of the yarn fit in this one compartment perfectly, and this is basically just half of the suitcase, and I still have lots of space left to actually fit in personal belongings. Before this, I was usually traveling using my huge backpack, and while it has served me well for quite a long time, it was very inconvenient to pack both personal stuff and my yarn because I was always rummaging through the whole pack to find just the right yarn color, and now I can see all of them in one spot and pick out the next color without having to unpack everything. So I'm super happy that I got the opportunity to try out this luggage, and I will of course leave a link to Level 8 suitcases down below, and they have also generously given me a 10% discount code. So if you want to use that, it's loopingteddys10. I will also leave that down in the description below. Thank you again to Level 8 for sending me this. I'm so excited to try this out over the course of the next couple of days, and then also for all of the other trips that I'm going on this year. For now, I have packed up all of the yarn in this very roomy suitcase, and I'm super happy about that. I will pack my personal belongings into this compartment tonight, but I don't think that you care all that much about this, so I will do that later on tonight because my lunch break is nearing its end, so I really need to get back to work. But I will probably see you guys tomorrow morning for the road trip, and we will see how much we can actually crochet. Okay, so it's now the next morning and we're just about to leave. It's 6:30 and it's still very much dark outside, so I guess I will be chilling out until it gets lighter outside, just hanging out now and sipping on some coffee and stuff like that. And then later on, once it gets a little lighter out, I will of course start to take you guys along, and we will start the whole crochet road trip.
Some may never come. Road trips and shotguns. Sunshine on my skin. Smile is kicking in. Vibes are in the air. Jumping everywhere. Endless nights. 'Cause summer's on my mind. I'm drenched in sunshine and good times. Changing the station with an open mind. I don't wanna sound selfish, but I'm not coming back. The highs of your touch like vertigo. It's a fight or flight rush, no way to take it slow. Got me feeling like I could breathe in space. In space. Some may never come. Road trips and shotguns. Sunshine on my skin. Smile is kicking in. Vibes are in the air. Jumping everywhere. Endless nights. 'Cause summer's on my mind. Some may never come. Road trips and shotguns. Sunshine on my skin. Smile is kicking in. Vibes are in the air. Jumping everywhere. Endless nights. 'Cause summer's on my mind.
Okay, friends, so we have made it down to Italy, and as you just saw, I spent most of the drive crocheting and working on some plushies. I will, of course, not quite share yet how much I crocheted because this is basically just half of the road trip because we also need to go back in a couple of days. Let me just tell you this much. I used up 2 whole skeins of yarn, and then I also started 2 whole skeins of yarn, one yellow and one in the beige color. So you can always try and guess down below what kind of plushies I was working on. And then I also started to work on an Etsy order that I got while we were on the drive. And it's quite a big Etsy order. They got 3 different plushies. So I started working on that just to get a head start on that. And I don't think that I will be crocheting quite a lot while I'm here because we are on vacation. We also want to go on hikes and stuff like that while we're here. So I don't think that there will be quite a lot of time to crochet while we're here. And then I think that I will take you guys along once we are on the drive back, and I will show you a little bit of the scenery as well on the drive back. And I will of course check in once I am back home and break down for you all of the details of what I got accomplished while on this road trip. The trip down, I was crocheting for around 5 hours because, as I said before, in the morning it was just a little too dark. And then on the way back, I think I might be able to crochet a little more because we want to leave when it's still light out, or we don't want to get home super late. So I think that I might have a little more time on the way back, but I will of course break all of that down for you at the end when we answer the question that this video is all about, meaning how much I crocheted on my road trip. But for now, I think I will go outside on the balcony and show you a little of the scenery, and then we will probably meet back on the drive back.
I'm slowing it down. Anywhere I'm going, if you're the one I'm holding, I could be anywhere. Long as you're beside me, tied into a wire, I could be anywhere. I just need you there. I need you there. I need you there. I need you there. I need you. We could be floating a boat in a bay. We could be at home in a haze. We could be driving a silver Mercedes, or on a bike in the rain. 'Cause anywhere I'm going, if you're the one I'm holding, I could be anywhere. Suburbs to the city, I just want you with me. I could be anywhere. I just need you there. I need you there.
Okay friends, so I'm now back home from my road trip, and first of all I had a really great time on this little trip. I love taking short little weekend trips. I usually take my Friday that I have off from my day job to work full-time on my small business, but sometimes I actually get to take today for something other than that, and driving down to Italy is one of my favorite things to do. I really love the country. I really love the people there and everything about it. So this was a very nice break from daily life. And now I wanted to show you everything that I crocheted. On the road trip I crocheted for around 10-ish hours. Of course, when you're in the car, you're probably crocheting slower than I would be if I was sitting at my desk, but still I think that I got quite a lot accomplished. And my question right now to you is to leave me a guess down below right now. How many plushies do you think that I was working on? First of all, I want to say I didn't finish any of the plushies. I think I talked about this before, but I didn't take any eyes or stuffing. So all of the plushies are currently just crocheted. Some of them are still in parts and not finished at all. So just so you know that before leaving your guess down below. And now I will just go ahead and get right into the numbers and the plushies. Okay, so the first thing that I was working on, I think you kind of saw that in the beginning of the road trip, was something yellow. And what better yellow plushie to make for spring other than chicks? So I was making bodies for these chubby little chicks, and I took a whole skein of yellow and I used it up completely, and I was able to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and almost a sixth one. So almost 6 chicks were made out of one skein of yellow yarn. And I think that these will go super fast at my spring markets. I have 2 markets confirmed before Easter, and I think I still need to make a couple more of these before that, because I think that they will be super popular. They were also pretty popular at my Christmas markets, so I can only imagine how popular they will be before Easter. So we will see all about that. So I will work on some more in the next couple of weeks. The next color I was working on was beige, and I also used up the whole skein that I took with me in that color. And for that I haven't actually counted how many of these body parts I've made, but the only thing I was making out of this color was turtle parts. So here we have a head as an example, and I was able to make 6 turtle heads out of the beige color. And I also have quite a lot of fins, but I haven't actually counted them, so we will go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so obviously you need 4 fins to make a turtle, and I have them all in my lap right now, so we will see how many turtles I can actually make with all of these parts. So here we have 4, we have another 4, 4 more, so that's 3 turtles so far. We have 4 more, so 4 turtles. We have 4 more, so that's 5, and we have a singular fin. So I still need to make 3 of these to actually be able to complete 6 turtles, but this was all that was left from the beige yarn. So that was obviously not enough to make another fin, so I still need to make some more in that color to be able to finish up the turtles. I actually also didn't make any of the turtle shells, which I usually try to make more colorful, so I didn't work on any of them. So I will need to focus on that to be able to actually finish up the turtles. And then, as I told you, while I was down in Italy, I actually got an Etsy order in while we were on the drive down there, and the Etsy order was kind of a bigger one, so I sold 3 plushies. One was a penguin, which I already have back here, so I didn't make any of those. One was for a bee, which is kind of hard to make in the car because you kind of need to attach the wings and the eyes while you work on it, so I wasn't able to complete that. But the third plushie I was able to complete, and it was a sand colored cat. So that is when I started working on some cats, and I finished this one on the drive down to Italy. So this will go into my Etsy order. And then on the way back home from Italy, I was working on some more cats because cats tend to be my best-selling plushie at a lot of markets. So I really want to have quite a lot of them finished for the spring season. So I was just working on cats for the whole drive back, and I was able to complete quite a lot of them, so let me show them to you. Okay, so the first color I was working on were more sand colored cats, so I made 2 more, so that's a total of 3 of them. Next up, I was working on this kind of like foxy color, and I made 2 of those. I didn't bring a lot of orange yarn, so I was only able to make 1 of those, and I definitely want to make more because these tend to be pretty popular. I also made 2 original tuxedo cats, and I will of course make more of these because black and orange are the most popular colors, so I will work on those some more. Then I was working on gray cats, so I finished one and then I almost finished another, but I ran out of this color yarn, so these 2. And then finally I made a different fur pattern in a cat, which was this one, and I really like this kind of pattern. It's kind of more difficult to make than the other fur pattern, so I tend to not make a lot of them because they take me more time and I still sell them for the same amount. But every now and then I like to switch it up, so I was working on this one. And if you counted all of the cats that I made, you probably already know that I was able to complete 10 cats on the way back. And with the cat that I made on the way down, I completed a total of 11 cats, 10 for market inventory and 1 for the Etsy order. So I'm quite happy with the amount of cats I have already worked on. So in total, I was able to make quite a lot of plushies. On my road trip, I'm super happy with the amount of plushies I made. As I said before, sadly, none of them are finished, but if I counted correctly, I was working on 23 plushies, and 22 of them are for my personal inventory for markets, and I'm really trying to build that up. I of course need to finish all of them up, which I tend to underestimate the time for, but I will get into that pretty soon. I have quite a lot of whips. Some of them are back there. You can't really see them, but there's like a big basket of whips. So I will need to work on all of them and finish up all of them to finally have some inventory again. But yeah, that was basically the whole experience of my road trip, my crocheting road trip, if you will. And I wanted to say thank you again to Level 8 for sending me the suitcase. It was super handy on my trip. It held quite a lot of yarn. Everything was more organized than I've ever traveled before. And I really like the whole experience of traveling with my new luggage. And just a short little reminder, I have a link down below if you are interested in a new luggage yourself. If you have some trips coming up or something like that, you can definitely check them out. From my experience, they have really nice luggage. And yeah, that wrapped up the whole experience. I thank you so much for watching this video all the way until the end. And I will see you guys again, actually this week again, because this is a bonus video. So I will see you in a couple of days. So until then, bye!